So, your message of the day is time to evolve decisions. It's not a negative situation, but a necessary one. Having the awareness to see it from your soul's perspective that you chose much of this before you incarnated is needed. This releases the victimhood mentality and pulls back your power. We must go through trials and tribulations as an opportunity to evolve. How you choose to interpret the situation hinges on your growth or not. And I feel like you are going to be faced with decisions. And it's interesting because I feel like I was kind of saying this in the previous messages that I've done before for this week, where you're are going to be walking away from people if you decide to do that, but it's for your best interest. You're walking away from people where there was a lack of reciprocity, there was a lack of respect, a lack of consideration. And when I clarified a time to evolve, I got the Hierophant in reverse. And I feel like you kind of have been disconnected from these individuals. I think it was just accepting the situation for what it was. But I also feel like with the Hierophant in reverse, I feel like you're breaking free, and you're doing things in an unconventional way. And I think that's why some people may be looking at you as a villain now, because we're used to you being one way. We're used to you being this one version of yourself. They weren't anticipating on you evolving. This is what you're being challenged to do right now, is to make the decision to evolve, to make the decision to no longer be like a victim in this situation, to wonder, why are these people doing this? Why am I always stuck in this situation? Why are things never working out for me? It's about doing things differently and looking in the mirror and realizing, what do I need to change within myself? And it starts with cleaning up your environment and who has access to you. And it starts with realizing, if this person isn't adding to my life, if these people aren't adding to my life, if I don't feel like I'm no longer in alignment with these people, this job, this romantic relationship that I'm in, what am I doing here? I feel like you guys may have like some revelations as well too during this time period. But I feel like you are breaking free from traditions. You're breaking free maybe from certain family members as well too, or people, like I said, maybe you're are like, I want to get a divorce. I don't want to be in this long-term connection anymore. I feel like I'm seeing people where, because when I was asking spirit, like, what are they breaking free from? And I got the Two of Cups, and it's relationships, it's connections. It doesn't just have to be romance. It could be platonic. It could be co-workers. I feel like you're just breaking free from relationships that don't serve you. And you're learning how to pour back into yourself, but find that inner balance, inner balance and inner stability with the Temperance card. I feel like you're learning how to pull back your love. You're learning how to pull back your energy. You're learning how to be solid and secure within yourself. It's like I said, I feel like, and I've been saying this in these past readings, you know your worth now. And if people are not pouring into you like how you pour into others, and there's a lack of reciprocity, you're not here for that. And take your time with these decisions. Nobody's saying you gotta start cutting everything and everybody out. No, take your time, because it's a lot to process. It's a lot to process, but these are necessary decisions that you have to make in order to get to the next level in life where you're trying to be. In order to keep ascending, in order to keep growing on your spiritual path and journey, you're going to have to make these tough decisions, because not everybody can be with you on this next journey. Not everybody can be with you on this next phase. Not everyone is meant for you. And sometimes people are meant for a certain phase and period in our life, and we just have to accept that. And I feel like it's no longer, because I feel like I'm speaking to people, especially when I'm seeing Buffy's mom, like with these two cups. I feel like I'm speaking to people where I think you're normally trying to give people this opportunity to show up for you, to be that friend, to be that lover, to be that family member that you need, to love you and shower you with the love that you are doing for them or want to do for them, that you want to give them that opportunity to make amends, to take accountability. I'm speaking to people who really have, like, oh my God, I'm getting like all the feels now. I'm speaking to people who really have big hearts, but Spirit is like, enough is enough. You've given people time and opportunity, and at this point in time, you have to make the decision to move on without these people in your life, to move on from these people. You have to choose what's best for you. It's interesting too because this card, time to evolve, fell on this card where it was like trust. The situation's calling for you to have faith. And I think that's where spirit is like, even if you don't understand why certain connections aren't for you anymore, or why certain connections may be, like I said, going haywire and you're needing to let it go, spirit is like, just have faith that you are where you're meant to be. You're where you're meant to be, and you're heading towards where you're also are meant to be as well too. And it's like what this card said, we go through trials and tribulations, but they're an opportunity to evolve. That doesn't mean that it doesn't suck. That doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt. But spirit is like, you owe it to yourself to evolve, and you can't keep staying small to appease these other people in your life anymore. They don't want to grow. You gave them the opportunity to. Now it's time for you to go. So, if this resonates for you, thank you for liking the video. Thank you for commenting down below. Thank you for following. If you would like to work with me, the link is in my bio. And until next time, bye.